My name is Giorgio Calderari, and I'm the president of Pharma Industria Ticino, an association with 27 pharmaceutical and chemical company associated located in the southern part of Switzerland, the Italian-speaking part. Purpose of this afternoon is to convince you that it makes a lot of sense to make business in our territory. If you want to invest directly by building new industrial plants or relocating some of your company or taking advantage of an amazing network of very skilled company that can offer a lot of services as contract research or contract manufacturing organization. For doing that, I share the presentation with the head of the economical department of Cantone Ticino, Mr. Luca Nonella, that will explain you the feature of our economic reality in Ticino. Luca?
Thank you very much, Mr. Calderari, for the kind presentation. I'm Luca Nonella, and I work at the Economic Promotion Office of Canton Ticino. I would like to give you just a very brief introduction of our canton and of our economy. I don't want to be very long because the most important part is obviously to talk about the life sciences sector and the company. Canton Ticino is the only Swiss canton which is fully south of the Alps and is Italian-speaking, is bordering Italy down south, and it is a very varied canton on a landscape. We start from Mediterranean vegetation on the south, and we go towards mountain and the Alps at the north. It's a very beautiful scenery. We have little mountain villages, we have small towns, we have rivers, we have lakes, and on an economical level, you see just a few numbers. We have a rather small canton, but as you will hear later, we are inserted in a much larger environment around us. We have a population of about 340,000 inhabitants, and we have a workforce of about 180,000. The number of companies in our canton is about 34,000, of which the majority are small and medium enterprises, but all of them, they are really highly innovative and very competitive. As a matter of fact, about 40% of our GDP is exported. And you can see a few of the main sectors that we have in our canton. As I mentioned, it's a very nice area, and it's one of the furthermost touristic locations in Switzerland, where you can find some of the best restaurants and hotels in the whole of Switzerland. The banking sector is as well an historical, very important sector with a lot of capabilities and knowledge in wealth management, but always more also in other sectors like, for instance, trade finance and commerce banking. The life sciences sector and the mechanical sector and electronic sector, they are the two historical pillars in the industry sector, and both of these sectors, they see a few big company, international groups, but most of the companies, they are rather small, medium-small company, but they are very innovative and they are very competitive on a worldwide scale. As a matter of fact, they export up to 80–90% of their production. Some of the new rising sectors that they are taking always more importance in our canton is, for instance, the fashion sector, where we have a number of big companies, big multinational enterprises having their headquarters there. Just to name a few, we have Hugo Boss, we have Guess, we have Gucci, the North Face, and many more. And all these companies, they are engaged in activity like advanced logistics, like supply chain management, like headquarter and company services activities. And some of them, they are doing some design and just partially production as well. The last sector that I would like to mention is the ICT sector. This is also a new sector that is rising and is growing very fast. And it sees a lot of company from various fields. Now I would like to continue and give you a few examples of why is interesting Ticino as a location for business. The first is just the general framework condition. This is what we call the Swiss system, which basically guarantees a political, economical stability, which for company means a planning certainty. The labor market is very flexible, and that's very interesting for company because they can dispose of the workforce as per their business necessity. It's very efficient because we have rather small social contribution on top of the wages, and also at a statistical level we have a fairly high number of working hour and a fairly small number of day lost in terms of hour lost in terms of absenteeism and so forth. And it's also very competitive. Our labor market, we have a big number of highly skilled workforce in all different economic sectors. And that's because of our education system, which based on the dual education system. We have 2 universities as well, and we have a number of schools and international institutes present in our canton. The mild taxation is obviously another advantage, but most interesting is also the relationship and the contact that it's possible to have with the tax authorities, whereas company can easily access, and it's a very common and it's a very open relationship where you can submit a business plan and basically evaluate what is the tax repercussion according to the business plan. And obviously the low administrative burden and the quality of life are aspects that are as well very important for companies. Another very important aspect of our canton is the geographic location. The geographic location, where Switzerland is obviously in the heart of Europe, and Ticino is actually on the main northern southern European route, the Gotthard route, which obviously guarantees an excellent logistics. We have now opening next year the Alp Transit Tunnel. Sorry for the slide. Which is the longest railway tunnel in the world, and it will obviously guarantee even a better connection and improve also the logistics. Another important aspect about the strategic location is also the critical mass. If you take the center of Ticino and you drive a circle of 50-kilometer radius, then you would have 6 million people living in that area. And that makes obviously an important critical mass, which is very helpful for companies as well. The last point that I would like to mention is the scientific support the company can get. We have in Ticino, like in the rest of Switzerland, a general ecosystem that makes it very easy for a company to develop together with institute, together with university, with polytechnical institute, to develop R&D projects. We have Fondazione Agire, which is an agency that facilitates the technology transfer. And we have in every different sector of economical sector, we have institute that can support company in their R&D activity. So much for a general introduction. Now I give back the word to Mr. Calderari for more specific insight in the life sciences sector.
Thank you, Mr. Nonella. Very comprehensive presentation. I guess you could capture from his presentation that we have a very competitive economy and a great platform of services that can be offered to you as business partner. Now let's go more in detail about what we do as Pharma Industry Ticino. Some numbers also to start. So as I said, we have 27 affiliated company. The total number of the employees are about 2,500, with a global salary of 190 million Swiss francs. So 190 million Swiss francs is the same in euro and dollar almost. The global turnover of all the associates is 2.3 billion, and more than 80% is for export, and the capital investment and innovation in terms of R&Ds is approximately 190 million every year. The scope of the association is very clear and standard for this kind of association. First of all, to promote the collaboration and the exchange of know-how among the partners, to create what I call the enterprise culture based on quality and ethics, promote professional training. As Luca Nonella was saying, in Switzerland we believe very much in the dual system of training, and of course to represent the association in front of several stakeholders. Now if we get the next slide. Yes. Okay, let's go to the key question of tonight. What can we do for you? So if we take the usual development flow or pipeline of a new drug from, let's say, from the R&D phase up to the commercialization, launch phase, and the life cycle support, and you take the 27 associate in a sort of virtual unique company, you would be amazed to see how many services we can offer through all this flow of development, from formulation development to API process development, manufacturing of solid oral dosage form, IV, API, contract analytical development, regulatory services. So we can really provide a lot of services to clients like you. And most of those companies has created those assets and those capability for their own product, and then they also can offer to third parties, which of course ensure you even more quality, compliance, reliability, and expertise. Now, of course, you cannot deliver the numbers that I've showed you before, 2.3 billion turnover, and do all these services if you don't have technology, if you don't have committed and high-skilled people, and if you don't invest in innovation every year. As I said before, capital investment in R&D, new plants, new equipment is around 190 million every year, which is quite an impressive, and you can see here some of the information about company that can provide you services as API manufacturer, drug product manufacturing, contract analytical, basic raw material, trading. Also, there are some trading associated to us. So please come visit you. And the good news also is that tonight, just after my speech, we will start a great happy hours. As Luca was saying, quality of life is also very much important. Landscape is important. Our products are not only good in terms of API, drug product, medicine, and innovation, but the territory offers a lot of good foods, typical Mediterranean flavor. The landscape is beautiful, and we really want to, this is, I guess it's not a Ticino mountain, but it's El Capitan in Yosemite. But anyway, we have mountain like this. And if you come to our stand, there is also a very nice challenge that you can take. And if you are lucky, you can win a weekend in Ticino to see one of the marvelous 5-star hotels. So really, I think that we have motivated you to come and visit us, first of all, here, Second, to come in Ticino. It's a great place to live. It's a great place to do business. Economy is very strong. We are part of the strong Switzerland, but with an Italian flavor, which is very important. So thank you very much for being here.